of this sort of thing at 75 years a night, you would be getting a little taste for something different. You would move over to an adventurous dimension, where there were certain dangers involved, and the thrill of dealing with dangers. And you could rescue princesses from dragons, and go on dangerous journeys, make wonderful explosions and blow them up. Eventually get into contest with enemies. And after you've done that for some time, you'd think up a new wrinkle to forget that you were dreaming. So that you would think it was all for real. And to be anxious about it. Because it'd be so great when you woke up. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. And then you say, well, like children who dare each other on things, how far out could you get? What could you take? What dimension of being lost, of abandonment of your power, what dimension of that could you stand? You could ask yourself this, because you know you'd eventually wake up. After you'd gone on doing this, you see, for some time, you would suddenly find yourself sitting around in this room with all your personal involvement, problems, etc., talking with me. How do you know that's not what you're doing? Could be. Because after all, what would you do if you were God? I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted to. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted to. 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 I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted to. What would you do if you were God? 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 I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. And you would, of course, be able to alter your time sense and slip, say, 75 years of subjective time into 8 hours of sleep. you would, I suppose, start out by fulfilling all your wishes. You could design for yourself what would be the most ecstatic life. Love affairs, banquets, dancing girls, wonderful journeys, love affairs, banquets, dancing girls, wonderful journeys, gardens, music beyond belief. Music beyond belief. Music beyond belief. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. And then after a couple of months of this sort of thing, at 75 years a night, you would be getting a little taste for something different. You would move over to an adventurous dimension, where there were certain dangers involved, and the thrill of dealing with dangers. And you could rescue princesses from dragons, and go on dangerous journeys, make wonderful explosions and blow them up. Eventually get into contests with enemies. And after you've done that for some time, you'd think up a new wrinkle to forget that you were dreaming, so that you would think it was all for real, and to be anxious about it, because it'd be so great when you woke up. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. And then you say, well, like children who dare each other on things, how far out could you get? What could you take? What dimension of being lost, of abandonment of your power, what dimension of that could you stand? You could ask yourself this, because you know you'd eventually wake up. After you'd gone on doing this, you see, for some time, you would suddenly find yourself sitting around in this room with all your personal involvement, problems, etc., talking with me. How do you know that's not what you're doing? Could be. Because after all, what would you do if you were God? I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted to. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted to. 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 I wonder what you would do.
Hello there, everybody. Can you see me? Welcome to another video, another live chat for us. Hey, wait there 1 second. Let me just get something sorted because the TV's on and I don't want it on. Apologies for that. So yeah, welcome to another video, everybody. Thursday night. It's a day early. Sorry, we're going to do a preview of the Leicester game this weekend. Huge game again for us Blues. As I say, week in, week out, every single game is a massive game for us. Right now, this season, it just is what it is. It's going to be like that for the rest of the season, as we all know, as all us Blues know. But we have picked up a huge 6 points last couple of weeks, haven't we? Tottenham, great performance, great results. Brighton, great performance and result again on that one. So here we are again, Leicester this weekend. We are a day early. I wanted to do these live previews on the Fridays ideally, and every week it will be Friday around 4:30, 5 o'clock, something like that, to preview the weekend's games. But I do have plans tomorrow night. I apologise. So tonight, this week, we are doing it on the Thursday. Just as I say, just a week, just a day early. So Leicester on Saturday. Leicester coming off the back of a fantastic win for them at Spurs. They come back from 1-0 down as well. And to be honest with you, looking at their game, they got battered by Spurs. To be honest with you, especially first half. Anyway, when I've watched the highlights and that, they were Spurs should have put that game to bed first half, but they didn't. And Leicester come back in the second half to win the game. Got in front. Jamie Vardy getting another goal. He's a threat, isn't he? Jamie Vardy's still a threat. How is he a threat? We were saying this the other day on the live chat. How is Jamie Vardy still a threat? It's mad. But Jamie Vardy and... Wait there 1 second. It's saying live chat isn't available. Guys, give me 1 sec. I don't know why the live chat isn't available. There we go. Now it is. Apologies for that. Good evening, everybody. The live chat is there now. Apologies for that. So what we were saying, yeah, Jamie Vardy is still a threat, isn't he? But the thing is with Leicester, right? Been looking at Leicester today, looking at their last few results. So yeah, they beat Spurs away. Who doesn't beat Spurs now? Do you know what I mean? Who isn't beating Spurs at the moment? We certainly are. We made Spurs look for 90% of the match at Goodison a couple of weeks ago. We made Spurs look extremely poor, as they are. So I was still surprised that Leicester beat them at their place, though, to be honest with you. Leicester have only won, I think, 2 games since Van Nistelrooy took over in November. They've got a very, very, very poor record. To be honest with you, they're not doing well at all. So, yeah, I was surprised that they got the points against Spurs, but they did. Shows they are still a threat, doesn't it? Away from home as well, which was good for them. But look, their record, they have conceded like 49 goals or something like that this season, and they've only kept all season, I think they've only kept like 2 clean sheets. We have kept well more. I think we're like 9 or 10. So you got to trust really in our defence against Leicester. You've got to think our defence should be able to certainly. Sorry, my wife's texted me saying there's a chat open. Should be able to see chat now, guys. Let me just. Give me 1 second, everybody. I'm trying to sort the chat. Sorry, 1 second, everyone. I can see your chat, people, but I can see that it's just not coming up on the screen. One second, people. How are we doing there, guys? Can we all now see the chat? I apologise for that. Teething problems, what can I say? I've lost my train of thought as well. So I'll get to your chat now. I might darken it as well. One sec. Let's see. We put it like that today. Can you still see me here? Yeah, you can still see me, can't you? If we put it like that. Put it like that. It just means that I can see your chat better as well. So, on that, yeah, Melvin, it says live chat's unavailable. It should be all right now. Let's see. Wayne R says there's a young lad called Adam. He's autistic and just started a fan channel. Can all Blues go over and subscribe to his channel? We are the famous EFC. Yeah, guys, have a look at that. I have shared it a few times for Adam. We are the famous EFC. And Adam, if you're watching, you've asked me a couple of times if I'll get on your video and do like a live preview and that with you. I will do, mate. I promise I will. We will get to it. We'll sort it out soon. And maybe you can get on mine too, Adam, all right? But yeah, anybody watching, give him a follow. It's set to subscribers only, Nick, if that helps. What, the chat is? Right, Frankie says, thanks, Nick, for the Mr. Drone hat, which came through the post on Tuesday. I've won the Everton correct score competition last weekend. Frankie, no problem. There was somebody else won on Vinny as well. You should have yours, Vinny, if you're watching. But yeah, I'll do some live predictions at the end of this video. So if anybody predicts the correct score for the Leicester game this weekend, I will send you one of my hats in the post. So let's get back to it anyway. I think we've sorted things out there. I'm going to be referring to the laptop for some stats in there. But yeah, looking at Leicester first, right? So they beat Spurs 2-1. Before that, the last few games I've looked at, got beat by Fulham, beat by Palace, both 2-0s. And looking at, to be honest with you, looking at the stats from those games, Leicester seem to have like quite a lot of shots on goal. Obviously, they're not putting them away. They're not dangerous enough up front. They've scored more than us just about this season, but they seem to be getting in those areas and getting shots, because honestly, when I've looked at their stats, you know, against Palace a few weeks ago, they had 21 shots, Leicester, only 4 on target. The game after that, Fulham, they had 8 shots, 4 on target, and of course Spurs last week, they had 12 shots, 3 on target. Now that you then look at our last 3 games, Brighton, we had 3 shots, 1 on target. Spurs, 12 shots, 8 on target. We had that game. Mad that, isn't it? And then before that, Villa, 10 shots, 3 on target. So looking at those stats, Leicester seem to get up in those areas more, but they're not. They're just not finishing. So, you know, I said then about Vardy still being dangerous. We said last week, didn't he? He's not as dangerous as his wife with her phone. That's where the danger is in the Vardy household, I'll tell you that one. But yeah, they are obviously a team to watch out for, getting forwards. However, at the other end, their stats are awful. They have conceded, I think it's like 49 goals this season. 49 goals. Just looking at some stats here, guys. 49 goals, and they've actually only kept 1 clean sheet all season. They've scored 25, so it's about like they're conceding almost double than what they're scoring. And as we know, and we hope, our back line, our defence is pretty good, isn't it? So my prediction wise, I mean, for me, I think if we play like we did against Spurs, the tactics were a little different against Brighton, weren't they? In that, you know, we were away from home. Brighton are a decent team, despite my video earlier in the week where I just felt like Brighton were really disrespectful towards us, to be honest. The way they reacted, like they were entitled to win and all that. I'm over that now, I promise. I'm over it. But we set up against Brighton away in the way that you have to. The tactics were perfect, weren't they? Absolutely perfect. And you've got to give props to David Moyes and the lads for that. You do what you have to do away from home. Smash and grab, get your points, come home. Leicester next game. We have to set up, in my opinion, we have to set up against Leicester like we're going to go and score a few like we did against Spurs. You've got to set up that way. And I think all of us Blues going and watching whatever will want that. We'll go to Goodison with the expectations of getting those 3 points and the expectations of us attacking Leicester, going out there from the offset to win that game of football, not play the old dice ball. None of us are expecting that now with Moyes in charge. So personally, I can't see us doing anything but winning that game, to be honest with you. What's everybody else's thoughts? Gary, so evening Nick and fellow Blues. Evening Gary, how you doing? I've got, what have I got? Matthew Thompson, Everton 4-2. Okay, well, I will go through the predictions in a minute. Matthew, in fact, I tell you what, whilst we're still on the Leicester game, let's do it now. Guys, get your predictions in. Let me find a pen and get my whiteboard. Disappearing off camera for a second, just to pull the whiteboard in. So who was that? Matthew Thompson, 4-2 Everton. Matthew Thompson, 4-2 Ev. Anybody else got any predictions in for me? I'll keep that there and keep it going throughout the video anyway. As I said, anybody who gets the score exactly right will win one of my bobble hats, okay? Just see if I've got any more there before I move on. Philip, blast up message retracted. What did you say, Philip? What was it? What was it? Other thing before I move on, guys, I had some great news. Some great news yesterday in that a fellow Blue who I see at the match quite often has been extremely generous and said that I can use his son's season ticket next season at the new stadium because his son is having to work away quite a lot. So yeah, I've secured that, which is absolutely fantastic. It's obviously great for me to get in there, but to carry on with the match day vlogs and everything, it's obviously really important that I'm obviously at the game, isn't it? If I don't, not at the game, then I can't do match day vlogs, can I? Simple as that. So yeah, that's great. It's not on subscribe only chat, Nick. Yeah, it shouldn't be on subscribe only chat, Anfield. It should be on anybody, should be able to chat. Everton 2-0. We play to our strengths. Frankie's going. Frankie with the 2-0. Frankie could be twice in a run if you win, Frankie. I'll let you choose a different colour hat, okay? Let's see. Blue CJ 2-1 Everton. Don't know if I've missed anybody here, guys. So Blue CJ. (2-1) Ev. We got Gary J74 and Barbie Doll going 2-0 as well. So what's that, Gary? I'm only going to take like 10 of these. I don't want to give out like hundreds of hats. It's going to cost me a fortune. But hang on, well, Gary J74 and Barbie Doll, wasn't it? J74 and Barbie Doll. You've all gone for the 2-0. Let's take a few more. Tazzle has gone 3-0 and so has Roy Nixon. Tazzle and Roy. I need to pick this board up. Roy Nixon, 3-0. What else can it take? Wayne R, 1-0 Mighty Blues. And Wayne said, nice one, Nick. That's boss for him to give you the ticket. Yeah, Wayne, honestly, it is, mate, isn't it? It really is, like, great from a fellow Blue to bump into me and give me that offer. So Wayne are 1-0. That'll do us, guys. Wayne are 1-0. Ev. Right. So we're all thinking Paul Smith. Right, Paul, this will be my last one, guys. I'll take Paul's because he's got in there. Paul Smith 3-2. I don't want to just write on the board all evening. Like, who was that? Paul Smith, was it? Paul Smith 3-2 and Mally 3-1. Paul Smith 3-2. Mally 3-1. Right, let's move on, guys. So I've got all your predictions there. Move that out the way. Good luck to you all. Good luck to you all. I don't care if any of them come in. I'd love the 3-0 or something like that. It'd be great, wouldn't it, to get like a few goals up against Leicester, settle the nerves, get a goal early, a few goals, and yeah, it's just nice to settle the nerves at Goodison Park because it's hard work. But the one thing I will say is when we played Spurs and we were 3-0 up at half time, we were still all like that. We were still all nervous, and you could feel it in the ground as well. You could definitely feel it. It wasn't like normally if your team's 3-0 up, there'd be just loads of singing and all that. And there was just this feeling in Goodison there. Anything could still happen. It's strange because you just want to be just really enjoying the moments in that. We'll get there. We'll definitely get there, and things are looking better. I just hope and pray that that nothing bad happens this weekend. You know, we're not brought down to earth. I don't think we will be. I'm really positive for the game on Saturday. I'll be there as well. Anybody go in the game, let me know. Do me a favour, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up here on this video if you're going to be at the game Saturday for me, and give me a heart if you fancy meeting me at the Dixie Dean statue for a little chat. Get on camera with me. It'd be great to get some of you guys on camera, especially you guys that tune in to these videos. Really appreciate you all. I think also for you guys that tune into these videos week in, week out, I'm probably going to start a membership section soon, which will be a really small fee. I'm just thinking about it at the moment and setting it up. Really small, like monthly membership, where I'll give members a little bit extra as well. So just something to think about that might be coming up soon. Okay. Moving on, I've seen that somebody did say on the chat, which is there, that you're really disappointed with the lack of signings. As am I, and I think everybody will be, to be honest with you. There's just nothing happening, is there? There's literally nothing happening. We desperately need a forward. So I've put at the bottom, run along the bottom, about Beto potentially going out. I think is it Torino or somebody that's interested in him, and we're looking at potentially letting him go for 20 million, I believe. I'd be okay with that, right? I'd honestly be okay, because I don't think he's great, if I'm honest. He definitely tries his hardest, like every game. That's you can't question his effort. You really can't, and I think you'll all agree with me on that. But you can question his ability. You know, that's okay for us to question. That's okay for us to say, Beto, thanks very much, mate. You've tried your hardest. You know, good luck to you for the rest of your career and all that. But Daniel's gone for a 16-4. But that'd be great though, wouldn't it, Daniel? But yeah, regarding Beto, like, I don't think we can let him go, because we've got no forwards. We've got no forwards that can play up there if we let Beto go. Calvert-Lewin is out for, I was looking at the injuries before, and it says that we've got, like, Calvert-Lewin out. I can't remember where it's gone now. I had it. It's list of injuries. No, I've lost it. I had it up here before. Calvert-Lewin, Chimiti, Calvert-Lewin, Chimiti, Brozier and Beto. And the three of them, Brozier, Calvert-Lewin, Chimiti, they're all out. Calvert-Lewin was still waiting on to find out what his return date is. Brozier, we know it's like 12 weeks or something. We also can't send him back to Chelsea unless we pay some sort of fee or compensation, because there's no clause in our loan contract to send them back if injured or anything like that, I believe. The same with Jack Harrison. So we're keeping those two players. And the thing is, we're only allowed 2 loan players as well, aren't we? So I think you're allowed to, in an entire season, you're only allowed to register 4 loan players. But you're only allowed to have 2 loans in at any one time. And you're not allowed any more than 1 from one other club. So I know we've been linked with the likes of Ben Chilwell, Dewsbury Hall and Chukwuemeka from Chelsea. But we can't loan any of them whilst we've still got Brozier, so we'd have to do a deal to send Brozier back. So it's just looking... it's looking really like bleak at the moment when it comes to players, and this is why the last few weeks I've asked a couple of times, do we think we've got enough there to get through till the end of the season? The answer, in my opinion, is no, especially if we let Beto go, because we've then literally got no forwards at all until we're waiting for them to come back from injury. Let's see what you guys are saying. I'm just going to catch up on some chat right in front of me here. Let's have a look. Philip says, hi Nick, I'm batting for Leicester. Sorry Evertonians, I'm hoping we win 2-1. Philip, are you a Leicester fan, are you? You a Fox? I hope you don't win 2-1, mate. I hope we batter you. Just being totally honest, but it is what it is, isn't it? Thanks for watching, mate. Let's see. Apologies if it had been covered, but 36,000 Everton Waystones sold and to be laid down is unbelievable. Yeah, regarding the Everton Waystones, $14. It is. It really is. Really is 36,000 of them. I didn't know there was that many, mate. So no, we haven't covered that. I had a good look at it in my video midweek. So if you haven't seen that, have a look at it. Let's see. Wayne R says, I'm not worried at all about signings. Hopefully we get that striker from Rangers. Okay, yeah, so that striker is one to look at. What's his name? What's his name, people? It says at the bottom, it's going across the bottom, isn't it? Ingamine or something like that. Let's see. Where Hamza Igamine. But there's a report from SportsView that says, it says David Anson of the Mirror has suggested that the potential move is not happening in this window. This means Everton will have to look elsewhere. According to a report from Tuttosport this week, Everton have kept Nottingham Forest striker Taiwo Awoniyi as an option in their list of targets. But also says, apparently I've seen reports that we've got around 33 to 35 million to spend, and also a report that we've got 40 million to spend. That Ingamane, though, from Rangers does look a good one. He's scored something like, he scored like 14 and assisted quite a few in like the 18 games that he's played up to now. He does look something there. He does look a prospect, to be honest with you. Right now, he's the one player that I hope we do sign. If we were to let Beto go as well for the 20 million, that's just reported. I don't know how true these figures are or anything like that. But if we were to let Beto go for that much, then that Ingamane surely would be somebody that we all want. What's everybody's thoughts on him? We've got $14 says signings have to focus on quality, not quantity. Moyes knows what he's doing, so we should be patient until Monday. Yeah, I agree. We've said this before about the quality. We can't panic buy, can we? We can't go down that road again. Beto will have to stay, says David B. We need a striker. That's like I'm saying, unless we have somebody like something solid lined up, David, I totally agree. We cannot let Beto go. We all know he can be. He has his little clumsy ways of running and that. Like I've said, though, none of us, I don't think any of us on here will knock Beto's effort at all when he gets on that pitch. He does try his hardest, and now and again gives you something, doesn't he? Now and again. But we have to have a centre forward on our books, and one that can play as well. You know, we've got 4 on our books, all right, but one that can actually play and is not injured. There's then talks of Evan Ferguson, isn't there? But I've seen the talks. Let me just get a drink. I've seen the talks of that. Evan Ferguson is like, well, Brighton are looking at 40 million for him. Do you know what? A few seasons ago, when he had that good season, there was like his price tag, I believe, was about like 90 million or something like that. I mean, you're only worth what somebody pays for you anyway, aren't you? So his price tag might have been 90 million or something, but until somebody buys him for that, not worth that. Do you know what I mean? I could put this couch up for sale for £1 million. It doesn't mean it's worth it, like. But yeah, 40 million for Evan Ferguson. I don't think we can risk it. I don't think our club can risk that because he's injury prone as well, or he has been recently. He has had injuries. So I personally wouldn't want to see us blow our entire budget on an Evan Ferguson. Who knows? He could come in and have like 2 games and then get injured. What's everybody else's thoughts on that? Wormy says we are not getting Igamain. Why? Wait, Wormy, why not? What's? I mean, the reports I've seen, like I've just read out there, the reports I've seen says we're not 2, but it's nothing solid. What have you got on that, Wormy? Why do you say we're not? David B says Ferguson is a bit injury prone, but I rate him. To be fair, he's decent. Yeah, decent. Rangers want 25 million for him. No chance. $14. Yeah, but the thing is, he's young. He seems good. It's also hard though, isn't it? Because he's good in the Scottish league. Although he has scored some goals in Europe and that as well. And it looks like the reports are suggesting we've got 35 to 40 mil to spend. Don't know where they're getting those figures from, because I don't think Everton would go out and say we're going to spend 40 million, because why would you tell like everybody that's how much your budget is, you know? So I don't know where those reports have come from. David B says, I bet it's Longstaff and Ings. Longstaff, we keep being linked with him, don't you? Don't know if it's an unpopular opinion or not though, but I think he's alright, that Longstaff, you know. They bought him for 1.7 million. Why is our recruit in waiting for Ibrox to find players? Sack Felwell. It's an opinion, Wormy. Yeah, Felwell's not been great, has he? Let's all be honest. I'm hopeful Beto will come good, says Charlie Brown. Put some in the netto, as we've heard. Roy Nixon. Pay 26 mil for Beto. He will be worth twice that in a few years, Wormy. It would be worth twice that in a few years. Do you mean if he stays or if he goes, Roy? Like what's... Or you're saying Ingamain will be worth twice that? Philip says, you'll probably batter us. Here's the Leicester fan. Probably batter us. We have some injuries, but honestly, good luck for the rest of the season, yeah. Sorry, I'm a fox, but follow the Toffees as well. Philip, that's all right. I'm sure I've seen your name on my my drone videos as well. Sure I have. You've commented on a few of them, haven't you? So, yeah, any fans welcome to watch these videos. There's no problem with that, Philip. Just as long as you can take the fact that we all want Everton to win, mates, that's all good. That Ferguson got major injury history, Nick. Moyes won't touch him, you know. Yeah, that's the point. That's my point. Who said that? I'm not going to read out the rest. Jaden's fun for life. That's kind of my point there, Jaden. I don't think we can. I don't think we can risk anyone who's got injuries. Are the medicals we do on people now have to be like solid, don't they? Any injuries, any sort of niggles, that are consistent niggles, we have to be saying no, especially up front, because the last thing we want to do, imagine we bring in a player there, another player to play up front, let Beto go, bring in, say, Evan Ferguson, just for example, plays a game or two and then he's injured, and then we're no strikers, no fit strikers. Beto's gone. Yeah, we can't risk that, definitely, and I don't think Moyes will as well. I don't think he will. But is Moyes the one bringing them in? You're definitely hopeful that he's got a big say now, aren't we? They want 25 million for him. Yeah, no, but I think we've got the money to spend, though, Wormy. Like, it's not... When we're talking in this day and age, football, Premier League striker, 25 million really isn't much. That's... To be honest, I know, like, we're scraping the barrel a bit with funds, but... Like I say, this day and age, just the way it is, the way it's gone and the way it is right now, 25 million for a striker to come and play in the Premier League isn't much. It's not much at all, to be honest with you. Arteta was good in the Scottish League, though, and he didn't do bad. Yeah, of course you get them, don't you? And he won't be the only one, that comes out the Scottish League and is really good. Yeah, but... Like, other than that, though, I've seen Kyle Walker-Peters from Southampton we're linked with. But as I've said from when the transfer window opened, pretty much, I think we need... It's all good and well getting a striker, but I feel like we need some sort of creative midfielder in there to create the things for the forwards. It's all good and well getting a forward, but if nobody's creating anything for them, then what's the point? I feel like the team were better, though, against Spurs and a little bit better against Brighton the little time that we had the ball. We looked like we wanted to do things going forward instead of playing the hoofball, which is so much better. But you still need something creative in there to do it. I feel like we don't just need striker. Kyle Walker-Peters, obviously the fullback, I don't think that should be priority. I think a midfielder is a real big priority, especially I think we've lost, looks like Mangala is going to be out for a long time. Possibly not even play for us again because he's on loan, isn't he? So we've lost him. Decore as well. Decore is just not at it at all. Looking at some stats of the team before, and when you get down to Decore, classed as a midfielder, but his stats here, Decore, just says 20 appearances, no goals, no assists, no big chances created. That's your guy who's playing in the number 10 role. Do you know what I mean? Really, really poor. Like you look at Mangala, who's playing behind him deeper. Mangala, 19 appearances, 1 goal. It's not great, is it? Lindstrom, 18 appearances, 5 big chances created. Be interested to see Jack Harrison's. I think he's classed as a forward for some reason. 18 appearances and 3 big chances created. But that's when you look at Abdoulaye Doucouré playing in that number 10 role is really, really not good enough at all. I think we know that. I think we're all come to terms with the fact that some of you did weeks ago, judging by your comments in that about him. But I'm certainly now coming to terms with the fact that Abdoulaye Doucouré is really, really, really struggling this season, isn't he? Really, really struggling. So we need someone in there. Let's go back to some of your comments. Let's see. Wormy says, Wayne, we let other clubs actually recruit players and then we come sniffing around. Mitoma was 8 million, now we're 50 plus. Yeah, talking about that Mitoma though, Wormy, I did see it. It only flashed up before. It might still be on my phone. It says Al Nassr bid 65 million euros for Mitoma. Brighton have rejected it, but Saudi side Al Nassr have bid, what did that say, 65 million for him. But Yeah, you're right. You're right. Some of our recruitment, especially of late, it hasn't been good. It hasn't been good at all. There's stories going back years, isn't there, of players we could have had that turn out to be brilliant. An unfortunate one that springs to mind straight away. I'm pretty sure that we had a chance to sign Virgil van Dijk at one point and didn't. But anyway, let's not go around there. Jaden said, I thought Ivan Toney would have been perfect for Everton. Well, he would, but he's gone. Is he Saudi as well? Paul Greeny, I thought the new owners were going to be better than Mashiri in the way we go about transfers. Guess not. We have 33.5 million. 33.5 million. It's like I say, that's unfortunately in this day and age with the current football and the current climate, it's not much, is it? So you are still scraping the barrel there, especially if we're looking at like we need a few. You don't get much for that nowadays. Remy says, let's hope Wayne. I reckon Moyes bashing his head into a wall with Fowler's ideas of players. Yeah, I think he could be as well. But the thing is with Moyes, he's already got us a couple of results. I don't think we would have got on the Dyche. I really don't. We obviously, you'll never know, but I really don't think we'd have got the results against Spurs and Brighton on the Dyche and the way we were playing. So Moyes is already getting more out of the players. So perhaps we just got to hope that, look, is Moyes looking at them going, I've got to work with what I've got. I've got to get the best out of them. $14 says, the one positive is that the Friedkin group won't stand for the current recruitment set up for much longer. It will take a bit of time. Until then, Moyes should be given control of transfers. We can get Neymar for nothing, says Charlie Brown. He's really injury prone now, isn't he, Neymar? I don't really keep an eye on him. Obviously, you wouldn't turn it down for nothing. Say get him for nothing, though. What do you want about, like, $1 million a week or something? H.E. Pennypacker. H.E. Pennypacker. Sorry if that's your actual name and I'm laughing at it. Just seems like a funny name. Getting Brozier in when he had big injuries, was covering from an injury. Some of it once was bonkers. Fell well to go. That was crazy, wasn't it, mate? The way we were starting. We knew we were starting off the season under the cosh of it. We knew we were going to struggle a bit because this is a build in progress. It's a big build in progress, Everton. And yeah, getting a striker in who is out for, what was he already out for at least 12 weeks something when we started the season. It was madness, man, madness. I've heard we've only got 30 mil to spend, but payments can be spread out, so it's more than it seems. Payments can be spread out. That's a thing that they all go for, isn't it? Yeah, send Brozier back, pay Chelsea for our F up, and get Dewsbury Hall on loan with an option to buy. Yeah, Decore is a crap, says Wayne. Yeah, sideways and backwards with Decore. Yeah, he is a crap right now, to be honest. Wormy, I'd honestly take that. If anything, if I'd like to see the new owners do anything, it would be to put their hand in the pocket and do whatever they need to send Brozier back. It's absolutely pointless keeping him on our books. At least keeping Jack Harrison. Like, I'd ideally want us to send Jack Harrison back. Unless Moyes gets something out of him, I'd love to see Jack Harrison succeed and do better at Everton. I honestly would. I've been on his back quite a bit lately. I'd love to see him succeed. I'd love to see him turn a corner and Moyes just get more out of him. Can't see it happening, but if it did, great, love it. Decore though, Brozier, we can't get anything out of him because he's now injured and laid off for like at least 10 to 12 weeks or something like that. So do what you have to do. Do what you have to do. Admit the F up, like you've said there. Send him back. Pay his wages. Pay whatever to Chelsea. Swap. We'll take Dewsbury Hall off you on loan till the end of the season. That would be perfect. That would be a great bit of business, wouldn't it? Not sure who said that just then, but that would be a great bit of business. Mangala out for 6 to 8 months. Such a shame. Is he? Yeah. That was funny how he went down with that injury as well, wasn't it? Like they always say, you can tell it's a bad one when a player does just go down with nobody around him and that. I thought at the time when we were watching, I didn't know if he was playing for a bit of like time wasting or whatever, a bit of the dark arts, but yeah, unfortunately not for him. It is unfortunate that. Number of weeks for DCL, 12 weeks. Calvert-Lewin out for another 12 weeks. He's just got to, what do you do with him? Like, what do you do with Dominic Calvert-Lewin? As we said before, one good season, was it the 22-23 season, something like that, or one good season or one good half season, and then he's just in and out, isn't he? Play a few, out for a few. His head, you're unsure if his head's in the right place as well. Don't forget Haaland, we had a chance, yeah, I believe so as well. Haaland, but we wouldn't stump up 2 million for him. Oh, I think that there's loads of nightmare stories like about players that we could have, should have got, isn't there? Loads of them. That's about Haaland, Van Dijk. Yeah, I have heard like loads. Anybody else? Who else? Who else is there that you know of that we had a chance to buy? Give me, guys, I said before, if you're going to the Leicester game, if you're on here and going to the Leicester game, give me a thumbs up, give me a like on here. Show me you're going to the Leicester game, please. Any of you going to that game? Let's see. 33.5 million is a figment of someone's imagination. That's why we are trying to sell Beto. Some random Italian source came up with 33.5. By the way, is that where it's come from? As I said before, that's what I've seen. I've seen another report say 40. But as I said though, like, it's not like the club would release that, is it? Because they're not going to tell all these other clubs what their budget is. Are they? Let's be honest. So it'd be really interesting to know where it's come from, or some reporter just plucked it out of thin air there and gone, there you go. One thing though, we do have to. Instead, we signed Beto for 28 mil, 26, I think it was. Wasn't that bad, really. But still, looks like it's going to be something like Willian, free agent, and Ings on a short-term loan. We're by far the greatest team. Yeah, $14. Totally take your point. It is one of those, isn't it? It is what it is, though. Like Blues, we have to like. We do know, I think we all know here, that we're not going to be going out splashing like 50, 60, 70 million and that on players anytime soon. Certainly not. I think we all do know that, but you're out for a little bit better than a free agent in Willian and Danny Ings, don't you? A couple of seasons ago, I'd have taken Ings, and Willian for that matter, especially when Willian was at Fulham. He was great for Fulham, to be honest with you, but Danny Ings, I've said before, all he seems to do, he doesn't do anything else but score goals, or he didn't used to do anything else but score goals. Now he just doesn't get many games in a West Ham team, does he? So yeah, I hope that's not where we pin our hopes now. A few seasons ago, I'd have taken it. Yeah, but it's been so quiet. The transfer window closes on Monday. I think is it like 5 p.m. Monday, or is it midnight Monday or whatever? But we're Thursday evening now, and there's just nothing. There's just little links here and there of all of these like players, but do you know what? Not even many, to be honest with you. There's not many links either. I think that's what's worrying me more. That at least if we had loads of links going on, you'd look at some of them and go, yeah, that's not happening or whatever. But then others, you'd think, do you know what, that might happen, and fingers crossed to get that over the line. Right now, my main concern really is that it's not even really like anything happening at all, and we need to sort that out. Haaland and Kudus. Kudus, we tried hard with Kudus. I think he made the decision, I believe, with Kudus. Who is it that said that? Wormy. Didn't Kudus just make the decision to go to West Ham? Good player. Kudos as well. Good player. Would have been great if we got him. Charlie Brown says, to be fair, Beto has been badly coached and couldn't get a game. Yeah, sometimes though, you know, the coaches see it more, don't they? And badly coached, I'm unsure about badly coached. But who was the guy? Who was the guy that went to Spurs? That was meant to be getting on a plane. He was like, didn't we had a plane on the runway waiting for him and that, and then he just started blanking the calls. This was only a couple of seasons ago. Who was that? Who was that did that? You know what? It's literally just flashed up there saying Everton injury updates. Let's have a look at that. It's just come in now. Who was the guy? Yeah, who was the guy that we had meant to be getting it? Was it? Wasn't that Højbjerg? Was it? Was it Højbjerg? Was it Højbjerg? Right, let's have a look. It's come up there saying, yeah, injury duo update. Mangala sustained an anterior cruciate ligament knee injury late on during the Blues' 1-0 win at Brighton on Saturday. That will sideline the on-loan midfielder for the rest of the season. So Mangala's gone. Calvert-Lewin sustained a hamstring injury in the 12th minute at Brighton, which would require a specialist opinion and is likely to be sidelined for a number of weeks. And that was like somebody said before, didn't they? DCL, 12 weeks. It will be. It's going to be something like that. See him for, you know, that's approaching or very close to the end of the season. 12 weeks, isn't it? Let me see if somebody. Kudus went on strike to come to us, but the Ajax manager wouldn't sell him. Yeah, Tazzel, he did, didn't he? We also sold Nkunku and Anthony Robinson. Now we have Mikalenko's on left back. Yeah. The business isn't great. The business isn't great, is it? You can blame that waiter for getting rid of Dean and Hammers as well. I hate him even more than Dyche. the fat waiter. Yeah. Guys, we could go on all night, couldn't we? We could just go on all night. I think, though, we had a look at Leicester before the Leicester game coming up. As I said, I'm going to be there. I've asked you to put your likes up if you're actually going the game. I keep pointing that way because that's where I'm looking, but the chat is actually there. Let me have your thumbs up if you're actually going the Leicester game. If none of you are, no problem at all. I'll be... Nick, you can have Daka. Apparently, though, Philip, I have seen a link. This was another link I seen today that we were interested in taking Pats and Daka from you guys for a few games. What's he actually like? He had a season though, didn't he? A couple of seasons ago where he scored a few. Was Vardy injured or something like that? So he got some starts. Where's that other guy that you had up front? Philip as well. Where's the other one that you had? Oh, I can't think of his name. Well, to be fair, Kudus was probably above our price range, but that's another problem with our recruiting. They go after players we cannot afford. Dan Juma. Yeah, and then we got him anyway from Spurs, and he was rubbish, wasn't he? Yeah, that was right, that Dan Juma. That was a weird one, that. So then we took him anyway. Should never have got him after them. Never. Yeah. Gabriel before COVID. It was Sissoko. Yeah, it wasn't Dan Juma. That was him. It was Sissoko. Yeah. And he's where's he now? Is he still at Spurs? He's not getting games, is he? Anyway, where is No, I won't search it. I won't go through that. Gonna wrap it up, guys. It's been another great chat. Can you believe we've nearly been chatting for an hour again? It's been a great one. Let me just finish on some of these. Sorry. Look at Marcus Edwards, 8 million. You can't really lose on that deal. Or Preciado, really. but we did it about trying to get 1 million more for Beto. Yeah, that Preciado for Sparta, I have heard good things about him. And that Marcus Edwards, all I've seen about him, Marcus Edwards, is that he is lightning, or electric down the wing. That's all people seem to say. So it concerns me that a bit about Marcus Edwards, because I honestly haven't seen him play matches. And as I've said, you can watch highlight reels and that, but you don't get low light reels. So that's my problem with watching highlight reels. But all the reports I've seen just says he's electric, he's lightning, he's electric. It's like, yeah, but is he any good at football? You know, he can be quick. You can put Usain Bolt on the right wing and he might be quick, but if he's no good at football, then it's no good, is it? So is he any good, Wormy, Marcus Edwards? Do you know if he's any good? And Preciado, I've actually heard good things about that Preciado. That's the one thing that people do seem to say, that Preciado knows his way around the midfield. Like, Melvin says, Kudos was 99% done to us. It was then stopped by Ajax. Luis Diaz was supposed to join us. James Rodriguez said no to Porto. Højbjerg and Gabriel picked other clubs to us. Just remembered we could have got that striker from France, Guressi, and Victor Gyökeres, but Frank Lampard went for Mopé. Mopé's still ours, isn't he? Doesn't half give us stick, and he's actually still an Everton player on loan. Gabriel was at Finch Farm before COVID. Poor Mangala, yeah, Mangala. Tight, isn't it? Hey, Colette. Ajax needed money. We were about to sign Kudus, then Man United paid 100 mil for that. For that, Anthony. So Ajax cut all the Kudus. Oh, is that right? Dollars, yeah. The version of events. David Moyes, Everton press conference for the Everton v Leicester game at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, Eugene. They used to do them on the Thursday with Dice, didn't they? Press conferences for the games were Thursday afternoon. With Moyes seems to have. It must be a Moyes thing that he said no. We'll do them on the Friday. Thank you very much. Again, Tazzle, they didn't want to pay 20 million for Gyökeres, so they didn't and paid 40 mil for Mopé. The stupidity of our recruiting makes for a very long list. Yeah, remember Josh King? Yeah. Josh King ended up at Preston. In the end, I mean. A different one. Tell me about it, Wormy. Our recruitment has been atrocious, bar a couple of players here and there. Evan Ferguson not getting his game at Brighton, I wouldn't mind him. Yeah, Evan Ferguson, though, is the... I heard you were interested in Tom Cannon, I believe we got from you. No, there was I think that was just a rumour, Philip, regarding Tom Cannon, because he very swiftly went to Sheffield, didn't he? And I think what teams do, teams do release rumours and have a word with the press, so the press release something that make Sheffield then rush into buying him. I'm pretty certain that those dark arts also go on in the press releases and that. And Evan Ferguson, Jim, we were saying about him before, the problem is, I think we've got, is that Brighton want like 40 million. And I believe they do anyway, they want 40 million. That's pretty much all, if not all and more of our budget. And there's the issue with him having little niggles and injuries. And the last thing we can afford to do is let Beto go, get Ferguson in, and then he's injured. And then we are literally just screwed, aren't we? You know? Wayne R says, take it easy, Blues, and thanks, Nick. Jaden says, Boss Channel, you know I'm red. Take care, Nick, you never walk alone. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap up. I am gonna wrap up here, guys. It's like I say, I was about to before, and I've gone on for another 5 minutes since then. So we're approaching 6:30. Never ever want these to be longer than an hour if we can help it. 50-50 on whether Edwards is good. He's decent and fast, but at 10 mil you can't really lose. Yeah, well, I mean, you can't really lose. You can lose 10 mil, can't you? But if a player's fast and all that, you probably will get 10 mil for him. So I take your points on that. I do. I take your points completely. Guys, going to wrap it up there. Let's hope for 3 points Saturday. Let's hope for it. I'm sure we're all very confident, but No Premier League game is easy, as we're more than aware of that, us Blues. No Premier League game is a given or easy, and so we gotta get at them. We've got to get at them like we did with Spurs. We've got to get on the pitch. The crowd have got to get behind the team, and we've got to let Leicester know that we are there to win that game and nothing else. We do that. As I said, Leicester don't keep clean sheets at all. So they've only had one clean sheet all season. So we can get on and get one or two, and then make them want to come at us more. Let them open up gaps at the back. Get in behind them. If we get in behind them, I rely on Lindstrom to make that happen. That's what I think. Lindstrom can go out and make that happen. I think he'll stick with Jake O'Brien and Lindstrom. I don't think Moyes has any reason to change them. Be interesting what he does with the Mangala injury, won't it? But I think we've dead unlucky to lose Mangala. I think it might be lucky timing slightly that James Garner is back. So I can see us just bringing Garner in instead of Mangala, which means he'll have to stick with Decore unless he was to try Harrison Armstrong in that position, or unless he went Jack Harrison on the left, Lindstrom on the right, and Ndai in behind. Beto, it'll have to be Beto up front, won't it? I'd like to see that. I've given Harrison some stick. I think you all know I have. But just before I go, what would everybody's for Jack Harrison is a traffic cone with nice side parting. But what would everybody's thoughts be if he was to just try? Because Jack Harrison has played on the left for Leeds and was quite effective. So what would people's thoughts be on Jack Harrison having a go on the left, Lindstrom on the right, and Ndai in that number 10 role? Because let's face it, Decore just is doing nothing. He's doing nothing there. Nothing at all. In fact, he's ineffective. He's slowing play down a lot when it goes to him. He really does. He's fumbling on it, stopping the play, turning around to come back when you desperately need him to keep going. Kegger's up front. What do they have to lose? Big Mick Kegger up front. Collette. That'd be a nightmare, wouldn't it? If we sell better though and get nobody else in. Moyes won't do that. Moyes won't do that to us. What would be people's thoughts though? What would be people's thoughts on Harrison on the left, Lindstrom on the right, and Dye behind Beto? What would people's thoughts be on that? I'm going to wrap up, guys. Give me a big like. Give me a big thumbs up on this for me. Loads of likes for me before you go, and I will bring your predictions back into view. Oh, should have turned around and done that. Bring your predictions back into view there, just so we know. We have got Matthew Thompson 4 to Everton, Frankie, Gary J 2-4, and Barbie Doll have gone for the 2-0. Blue CJ 2-1, Tazzle and Roy Nixon 3-0. Wayne R 1-0. Paul Smith 3-2. Mally 3-1. I'm going to go for a 3-1 with Mally there at the bottom. That would be my prediction. But yeah, guys, I am going to finish off there. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your evening tonight. Fingers crossed, and we make it 3 out of 3 this weekend. 9 points out of 9 points. Something we were only flipping dreaming of come 3 weeks ago, eh? So 3 wins out of 3. Keep that momentum going. Come on, you Blues. Come on, Everton. I will be at the game. Hopefully see some of you there. Have a chat with you. Dixie Dean beforehand, ideally, is where I like to hang around. Try and get a few people on camera. Come on, you Blues. Up the toffees. Finish off there. Thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy your evening. Take care.